Navcom locked.
Alright, Nigga Knights, let's take it to Heartbreak Ridge now. Third set, deciding set between the two Terran players, and either way, you're guaranteed a Terran player. Another Terran player, you're a fourth Terran player in the round of 16. And actually feel kind of stupid saying that the Terran era was going to be upon us. There's only a few Terrans in the round of 16. We're guaranteed 4 now, but still, that's not as many as I thought would be in. A lot more Zerg, but that had a lot to do with there were 3 Zerg already seeded into the round of 16. The number of players, the number of Protoss, Zerg, and Terran moving up from this round of 36 is actually pretty even if you think about it. So I think that'll make for a very exciting round of 16. I think we're going to see some even matchups. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heartbreak Ridge 2-player map. Let's get those colors. Okay, Go.Go is white, RuBy is red. Very RuBy red. Very, very appropriate, but over at the 9 o'clock position in white is Go.Go. Wearing white, deciding not to wear his little Batman Heights Sparky's outfit. But I think that will be reserved for a movie. Everyone has a Batman outfit now, so I think it's going to make the scene very badass. They come out with their bat utility belts. I'm sure Go.Go has a utility belt. Not sure what's on it, but it's probably Rafflecopter related. Let's see what these guys go for here. This is a golden opportunity for someone to cheese. This map has a lot of places where you could hide things above and below and to the side of bases. So I would definitely like to see kind of maybe a proxy starport, something like that. Maybe 2 proxy barracks, just push it in with 2 proxy barracks. But it looks like we're seeing some pretty standard stuff now. Go.Go is going out with 1 STV, but this definitely could just be to scout for cheese that RuBy might be going for. I think Go.Go can kind of safely assume that RuBy, because he doesn't have as much time to practice, he's probably going to go for something a little bit interesting. And the thing is, since RuBy just got on Air Force Ace, it makes me think that this kind of play will start to wear off. I mean, he's playing great. He's playing better than he ever has, but eventually it's going to... I think it's definitely going to... Oh, man, Barracks coming out for Go.Go at the 12 o'clock. But yeah, like I was saying, RuBy eventually is going to kind of wear off. He's not going to have much time to practice. He's going to become like every other Ace player and just pulls out great micro games, very low econ games, and occasionally some very good macro games as well. But okay, the Barracks coming up for both players. We'll have to see. I think, yeah, Go.Go was putting up his own refinery. So Go.Go is doing something. He might just be using this barracks for scouting, but knowing Go.Go, I think it might be a little bit more than that. Okay, we'll see if RuBy scouts this. He's going out with his SCV Scout to start out with looking for cheese to the right of his natural, and he's going to look for cheese up here, maybe go up. Oh, he's deciding to go for the middle. He's going to look for cheese in the middle. And oh man, this could definitely work out for Go.Go if he is going for a marine strategy, a marine rush strategy. This would work out best if RuBy was going for an expansion. But Go.Go, he sees that there is not an expo coming up for RuBy, so he might have to back off from this kind of attack. Okay, let's see what Go.Go decides to do. I mean, he's not going to have a huge advantage. I mean, he's going to have about as many marines as RuBy has. But he's coming up here with 1 Marine, deciding to go in. He's going to try to tackle this 1 Marine with an SCV and 1 Marine of his own, trying to deny this supply depot. The supply depot does not manage to come up. So it's going to supply block RuBy for a little while RuBy is inside the base scouting everything. He sees that the barracks is missing, and he sees that there are still Marines coming up, so he's going to know about that hidden barracks location. And Go.Go still pumping Marines. So Go.Go could definitely still go for something really weird at this point. 2 factories coming up for RuBy. He's getting a Vulture out just to help him fight off the Marine squad. That's very smart on his part, I think. Marines won't really be a factor once there's a Vulture to micro out in the field. Oh, proxy starport from Go.Go. I should have known. Should have known. Looks like Go.Go's going for a proxy of some kind. He could be using this for a drop. That is definitely a possibility. Go over there with some vultures. Very quick drop with those vultures. Or he could be using it for Wraith usage, which is probably more likely, I think, to just go in with a couple of Wraiths and pick at SCVs until RuBy's able to get out some means of anti-air. All he'll really have is his Marines out on the ground. Go.Go moving in with a Vulture of his own. Looks like the count is kind of tied up. Go.Go was able to get a lot of damage done, taking out Marines. He's taking out everything, only losing a couple Marines in the process, but now he's going to have to fight off extra Vultures coming in. So yeah, he's floated his barracks away. I see it, Go.Go moving his barracks down the map, so that means that's floated off. And Go.Go trying to get some economic damage done before his other Vulture goes down, picking off one SCV. Probably not going to be able to pick off a second. But, oh, he does pick off a second. That was building the armory, so if he can delay this armory long enough, the race will be very, very successful, I believe. He's coming in with his barracks. He might actually try to block that choke with his barracks. Coming in with a Wraith, going to pick at the SCVs, building the armory, and RuBy's got to stop this from happening. He's going to repair that SCV as best he can. Trying to repair the SCV. He's doing a pretty good job, actually. So that armory might come up, and Go.Go is going to have to come up with another kind of strategy. He's going to block inside of his main with a supply depot, so any kind of counterattack is not going to be successful with that single tank there. Oh, Go.Go's still in, trying to pick off. Everything's still pumping Wraiths as well. He's going to be in with a second Wraith, and that'll make it even harder for this armory to come up. But RuBy, I think RuBy is going to eventually get that down. He has a ton of SCVs. He's very, very committed to repairing SCVs and getting that armory up. He loses another SCV, so Go.Go has gotten a ton of damage done. Might even be able to take out another SCV. Takes out one, but the armory is up. So there are going to be Goliaths out in the field. And I don't think that Go.Go was committing to a control tower for his cloak, so I don't think he has to worry about detection, at least not right now. Just a couple of Goliaths will be able to protect those SCVs. And RuBy running his SCVs away, just trying to keep them safe, but he's losing quite a few in the process. This is some pretty good economic harassment from Go.Go, but his starport's going to be kind of out in no man's land. He isn't pumping any more race, so he's probably going to float that back to a safer location where he can't be picked at by other units. Goliaths are out there. 2 Goliaths are going to be able to fend this off, no problem. So RuBy, I think he's still definitely in this game. He lost a ton of SCVs. Well, not a ton, a handful of SCVs. And Go.Go forced to build a supply depot to wall off inside of his main. So I think RuBy should probably think about expanding right now. Just throw down another base. Why not? I mean, all he'll have to do is just keep his Goliaths by, at least one Goliath by each base. And it'll be pretty safe for the meantime. Comsat station coming up just in case the cloaked Wraiths decide to come in. I think the starport might have actually been floated off from Go.Go. I see it's kind of in a weird position down there at the 5 o'clock position. Couple Wraiths in, getting rid of this barracks, so that's kind of an early barracks loss for RuBy. He's going to have to rebuild that because he's definitely going to need extra factories out soon. We're probably going to see that barracks coming up again for him very, very soon. The machine shop spinning, so I think that means we're going to see some siege tanks coming in. And RuBy trying to be sneaky. He's mining the minerals behind the natural expansion. Going to try to stop mining there for a long, long time. But because Go.Go has this maneuverability, he has excellent maneuverability with these Wraiths, he might be able to scout this happening to him. Either way, there's going to be Vultures in soon. RuBy is prepared to run in with Vultures and pick off every single SCV if Go.Go should decide to scout this. After a while, Go.Go, he built a control tower on that proxy starport, and now he's coming up with a dropship kind of out there in the middle of nowhere.